Prepare for the practice of full yogic breath. Lay down in Shavasana, the pose of relaxation. And check the body's alignment. The arms and legs equal distance from the midline of the body. The feet should be approximately hip width apart, flopped out to the sides. The arms are comfortably away from the body so that the palms can easily face the ceiling. The head is to the center. If there's any pain or discomfort in the low back, take the time to place a small rolled blanket underneath the knees, as this will help relax the hips and the low back. Take the time to make the body comfortable so that you may remain still for the duration of the practice. Take 3 deep breaths in and out, releasing any remaining tension, allowing the muscles to relax more fully in the posture. Make a mental picture of the space, visualizing the room, all aspects of the room, and the placement of your body in relation to the room and objects within the room. Listen for sounds inside and outside the room. Moving quickly from one sound to the next. Seek out the furthest sound away. Then move the awareness closer to sounds of the body, such as the heart beating, digestive noises, and finally the natural breath. Become aware of the natural incoming and outgoing breath. Feeling the cool air in the nostrils on the in-breath and the warmed air on the out-breath. Now direct your attention to any movement you may be experiencing in the abdomen. Without changing the way you're breathing, just notice if the natural breath creates any movement in the abdomen. And then place the right hand on the belly button and the left hand on the breastbone, and make an effort to direct the breath from the nostrils into the right hand, beginning abdominal breathing. Fully connecting with the rise and fall of the right hand. The left hand remains still, and there's no movement felt in the chest. Just a gentle expansion and contraction of the abdomen. Breathe slowly and deeply without strain. Feel the air coming into the bottom of the lungs. The right hand rises up, pause, and then exhale, the right hand falls as the stomach contracts. The left hand remains still throughout, and there's no expansion and contraction of the chest at this time. All efforts are focused on the right hand in the lower lobes of the lungs. If the mind wanders, gently bring it back to the breath in the abdomen. Full awareness of the rise and fall of the right hand. On the next exhalation, relax all efforts of abdominal breathing, but keep the hand situated, right hand on the abdomen, left hand on the chest. Allowing the breath to return to normal, noticing any effects from abdominal breathing. Now begin to notice the rise and fall of the chest. Notice the movement in the rib cage. And now focus the awareness and the breath on the left hand. On the next inhalation, bring the breath into the left hand, from the nostrils into the chest, feeling the expansion of the rib cage. Expand the chest as much as comfortably possible. And then exhale, relaxing the muscles of the chest. Feeling the rib cage forcing air out of the lungs. Again, breathing slowly and deeply, using the middle part of the chest now. No longer feeling any movement in the lower part of the lungs. The right hand remains still, and all effort and focus is on the rise and fall of the left hand. With each inhalation, feeling the individual ribs moving outward and upward. And on the exhalation, feeling the contraction. Again, there should be no strain. On the next exhalation, relax all efforts breathing into the left hand, into the middle lobes of the lungs, and allow the breath to return to normal. The final part of full yogic breath or breathing is clavicular breathing. That's using the muscles on the very top of the lungs, expanding the very top part of the lungs. Bringing the awareness back to the left hand. And once again, beginning thoracic breathing. Breathing into the left hand using the middle part of the lungs. Developing a rhythm of breathing in this region of the chest. The right hand remains still. No movement in the abdomen. And on the next inhalation, once the ribs have expanded as far as they're going to, take in just a little bit more breath until there's an expansion felt in the upper portion of the lungs, right around the base of the neck. You may feel some movement upward in the shoulders and collarbone. Exhale slowly, first releasing the lower part of the neck, then upper chest, and relax the rest of the rib cage into its starting position. And continue breathing in to the left hand, and at the end of that part of the inhalation, taking in just a little bit more breath if possible, feeling movement in the shoulders, around the neck, and then releasing shoulders and neck, feeling them relax, and then exhaling out of the middle part of the chest. After the next exhalation, relax all efforts of clavicular breathing, allowing the breathing pattern to return to normal for a short time. And then moving on to full yogic breath. Yogic breathing combines abdominal breathing, thoracic breathing in the middle lobes of the lungs, as well as clavicular breathing. It's used to maximize inhalation and exhalation. By practicing full yogic breath, one can correct poor breathing habits and gain control of the breath, as well as increase oxygen intake. This practice, full yogic breath, is excellent to practice in situations of high stress, anger, or when relaxation is needed. So reposition the hands once again, placing the right hand on the abdomen, the left hand on the chest, and begin abdominal breathing once again. So directing the breath into the right hand. Inhaling slowly and deeply, following the rise and fall of the right hand. Now beginning full yogic breath. On the next inhalation, breathing into the abdomen, feel the air at the bottom of the lungs. At the end of that part of the breath, when the abdomen is expanded as far as possible, start to expand the chest outward and upward, feeling the ribs expand outward. And then taking the breath further around the neck and the shoulders. The shoulders and collarbone should move up slightly. You'll feel some tension around the base of the neck. On the exhalation, release from the base of the neck, chest, and then abdomen. And then continue breathing in this way, focusing the breath first on the right hand, continuing taking the breath up, feeling the left hand expand and rise, and then breathing in just a little bit more, feeling expansion around the chest, or the upper part of the chest and neck. Then release, shoulders, chest, abdomen. The whole process should be one continuous movement. Inhaling into the abdomen, to the right hand, taking the breath a little further into the chest, and then up along the base of the neck. On the exhalation, releasing base of the neck, chest, abdomen. There should be no strain. If there is, perhaps just try abdominal breathing, or discontinue the practice altogether, releasing the arms and following the natural breath. Otherwise, continue yogic breathing for just a few more minutes. Pausing at the end of each inhalation and exhalation. Full control of the breath, utilizing the full capacity of the lungs. Inhaling into the abdomen, taking the breath further into the chest, and then using the space at the uppermost part of the lungs, filling that with air, and then releasing from the base of the neck, chest, abdomen. On the next exhalation, relax all efforts of full yogic breathing, allowing the breath to return to its natural rate and rhythm. Notice any effects, physically, mentally, emotionally, from the practice of full yogic breathing. Bring the awareness to the sound of the breath at the nostrils, and expand this awareness of sound to include the variety of sounds inside and outside the room. Allow the awareness to move quickly from one sound to the next. Bring the awareness to the body. Full awareness of the body's position in relation to the room. Making a mental picture of the space of the room and of your body's position to the room itself and objects within the room. Bring the awareness now to the back of the body, feeling all points of contact between the body and the floor, being fully aware of where the body meets the floor. And remember that you have been practicing the breath expansion technique of yogic breathing, and the practice is now over. You may begin to move the body by moving the fingers, the toes, perhaps moving the head from side to side. You may want to bring the knees into the chest or expand or stretch the arms above the head, moving in whatever way feels good to you. Slowly making your way over to one side, pressing up to a seated position.